What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you the latest War Recap. And I know it looks like the clan we just beat. It is another Iranian clan, level 9. Really wasn't much of a fight here. You could see 73-53. They did attack a little bit, but I think it was mainly Dragloon and GoVaHo, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, we're going to just take it for what it is and jump into the attacks. And I think I'm going to do all the war recap here. This Town Hall 10, 9, and 8. So let's jump in with the Town Hall 10s, which was some pretty cool attacks. A GoVaHo with a Queen Walk here on their number 1. Very common ring base internet, ring internet base. Drops the Queen up top. He's got the healers going on, and he's not going to have too many point defenses until he makes it to the north portion of the base. Just a couple of them here and there, but he's funneling on the bottom with the wizard. He wants to, are we doing a queen charge here? Queen walk, queen charge. Because he's got the giant in there to help funnel, and I think that's what's going on here. I think this queen is got nowhere to go except into the base. So trips the clan castle, drops a nice poison, which is going to take care of everything. There's a witch in there, but she's going to step into that poison, which is not going to go over very well for her. Uses the ability. I don't agree with that, but you know what? This is a 3-star attack, so what do I know? But the queen's going to continue to do a kind of a walk, but it's going to get stuck here, I think, and it's just going to start to go in. There we go. And we've got the doing some funneling up on the top there. Oh, I guess she's just going to walk. So I was right in my initial statement saying it's going to be a queen walk, but then I don't really understand the whole giant thing up top a long time ago, but whatever. So we've got the king going in there. They've broken into the first compartment, and we've got some Valkyries going in, some sacrificial Valks. Got some wall breakers in just to open up everything as far as that first compartment goes, and then a jump in there to go ahead and get into the core compartment. There's some giant bombs being tripped. The Infernos drops down freeze spell on that one side, and he has a rage here for his Valks if he wants to, but he hasn't. There we go. There's the other one to push him through the other portion of this core. So the entire core is done. We've got a queen that's got full health. We've got a golem that's got full health. We've got. Do we have a king, or is he gone? He's done. So all we're doing is watching the Valks run around under heal, taking care of all these defenses. Trip another giant bomb, but you know what? Who cares? We've got a poison we haven't used. We've got a wizard on the back end. And we'll just go ahead and fast forward this, even though we're not technically in cleanup. This is a cleanup, as those Valks are tanking the entire way around. So very nice. 18 Valks on that one with a cold-blooded entry and a queen walk. All right, let's do number 3 and check out our Town Hall 9. Now, granted, this base design is pretty bad, but we're taking our mid Town Hall 9 up here and hitting a 3-star with 2 Infernos. I think they're level 2 Infernos, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got another Queen Walk yeah, I think it's a Queen Walk going on here. And we do have 3 Expos. 2 of them are max Town Hall 9s, and 1 of them is level 2 Town Hall 9. So definitely not a max base, but any base with 2 Infernos that are not easily accessible is quite a feat for a Town Hall 9. Now, granted, this is just a terrible design. Let me tell you why. Well, for many reasons, but as far as the Infernos go, you never want to put your Infernos in the same core, because Valkyries or P.E.K.K.A.s or whatever will go in there and just crush them without having to worry about any kind of walls or anything like that would normally stop him. He does have 2 rages, a jump, and a freeze spell for that one of those Infernos. So we'll go ahead and check this thing out. The queen's still doing her thing. Let's go ahead and fast forward it a little bit. I think he breaks in on the south side. So queen's still walking around, and there we go. So we've just got basically an Asian wall of Valkyries in there, and I don't know if we have any wall breakers whatsoever. So They're kind of low walls. We'll go ahead and take it. It drops the poison in there, a witch is in there, a couple of the ground units. Now, this is where it gets funky here, because we got a whole bunch of Valks just tearing through this core under rage. And that's what I'm talking about, putting in all your heavy defenses, your Expos, your Teslas, your Inferno Towers. Just a horrible thing to have them in that core. You don't want them all in the same compartment, because Valkyries will come through just like termites like that and eat through them all. Yes, there is a lot of DPS going in that core, but heals and rage make that very possible. Even just a rage and push through that fast just negates all that damage that could be done. So the Queen has still got her healers up, and doesn't have her ability, but it's no big deal. So these last defenses are going to be absolutely no problem. So we got the 3-star for Lord Kratos, or Kratos I think. And not an easy hit against Town Hall 10. So I wish that I had some better bases. I'm going to show some internet bases at Town Hall 9, because that's what they gave to us. Lots and lots of GoVaHos here. This one was just a regular GoVaHo, so wanted to show that in there. And this is the turtle base. Now, the problem with these anti-2 common internet bases is, look at this, 2 giant bombs right there taken out. At this point, the base is halfway crushed if you're going hogs, because that's one of the big things. So there is another double giant bomb right on the opposite end at the northern compartment, that first compartment right below the Dark Elixir drills. But he's going to be able to get into that with his kill squad. He's got 2 golems, and he's got some wizards doing the funneling. Drops the king and the queen, and should have dropped that poison a long time ago. They're eating away at that poor golem. But drops a jump in there, and this jump is going to go ahead and connect the compartment which has the giant bombs in there. So these golems will take the jump, start tanking for the enemy queen, or tanking against the enemy queen, and the wizards will come up from behind here and start cleaning things up along with that queen. Knock out the enemy king, knock out the enemy queen. The wizards are good like that, and then they jump, get that Tesla and the double giant bomb right there. The wizard sacrifices his life. Now, with 20 hogs, or whatever it is, 20 plus hogs, and 0 giant bombs, yeah, this thing is over. Oh, and by the way, did I mention 3 heals? So 3 heals, 20 plus hogs, and no giant bombs equals a crushed base. I think one of the things that we were reminded this war is you don't always have to go GoVaHo. I mean, this is a good example of that. I think this might have been hit by GoVaHo initially, and the whole point of that is when you have more open space. This is very highly compartmentalized. The giant bombs are easily accessible. All those type of things makes this base very vulnerable to just a regular GoVaHo, where the golems can tank and trip those giant bombs, and then you can take care of it with the rest of your hogs. You had 1 billion hogs left over, and the queen is still up, and it's just a wrecked base. So very nice hit by Huck. Alright, number 8. And this is this is the one I hit. I guess I'll show this. I'm thinking of doing a special on how to raid without your archer queen. Now, I did this. I did that with the enemy king, how to clan war without your king. You have to pick specific bases, and I think this goes in the same thing as far as find out what you need and what you can supplement. I brought extra wizards here to negate my fact that I had my queen sleeping. We were winning the war pretty well. I didn't need to wake her up, so I left her sleeping. I've got the barbarian king going in there. I've got wall breakers breaking in, a jump to go ahead and just get into that next compartment. Probably not even necessary. The giant bomb has already been tripped in the bottom. There is a giant bomb up top that's not even going to be tripped, and at this point I can do the same thing and just spam my hogs in there. I've got 3 heals, and I know where the giant bombs are. It's a common internet base. There's one right there, right besides the Tesla, and they're going to trip that standing in complete heals while these golems are tanking those expos, which is always a nice thing. And then just go ahead and drop the rest of my hogs in from the right hand side to meet up, again tripping that giant bomb, standing in heals. And then finally, I don't even think I need the other heal, to be honest with you, but you know what, there's no reason for me to risk it. I should have dropped that poison last year. These got Skelly's beating on my my hogs for no reason. It's just unnecessary, and I should have done something about it. I finally dropped the poison there as they're getting onto that last defense, and now we've got, I don't even know, 15 hogs available or something like that, so they're just going to go ahead and chew through the rest of this base, make it nice and toasty, and we're going to get the 3 stars from here. Alright, so you can see they were expecting an air attack because they had a lot of air skellies. Okay, let's jump into some Town Hall 8s. I would show some of the other bases were just really bad bases. It's got nothing to do with our attackers, but we cleaned them out pretty quickly, so I didn't have anything else really good to show. Let's go into number 16. We're going to do a GoVaHo, and then we're going to follow it up with a GoVaHo. So I've got a GoVaHo going in here. We've got 18 loons, which is just way overkill. That's just insane. Actually, you know what? I think I said a GoVaHo. I think it's just a Valo. Don't see the golem in here, so that's always cool to watch this. I think we're doing that a couple times in this war that we'll see. Very nice use of the poison, but you got to supplement that with some barbarians in there to make sure they get stuck in there and don't run out like scared little, I don't know, chickens? Is that, yeah, that's probably pretty good. Alright, so we've got a hole in the base, which makes things a lot easier to drop them in there. We've got a rage going up that will go ahead and clean these things up, and that is why we didn't do a GoVaHo, okay, or GoVaHo, because we had a hole in the base. No reason to tank with the golems to get into all that those compartments. So we do have all the air defenses down. We do have Valkyries running around, and we've got a plethora of loons just going and terrorizing all the outer defenses of this base, and they're finally going to make their way into that last archer tower. We do have skellies taking apart these loons, and that's the only problem with not having a poison is or not using your poison correctly. So don't know why you didn't use the poison on those skellies, but I wasn't really watching that much since the base was crushed. Let's check out number 17, which is a GoVaHo. So we've seen the GoVaHo. This is going to be quad quaked, and let's see where the quad quake is. The easy accessibility for the clan castle, which is always making it very nice on us. There we go. So you can do a GoVaHo here as well, because you've opened up the compartment where all the air defenses are, but it's really up to your preference. I see a lot of cannons on the outer ridge or outer edges of this base, so it really lends itself to a GoVaHo. But you know what? It's a 3-star, and you're able to mix and match that how you see fit. Hogs go flying. That's not a problem. He's got plenty more on the backup. He uses heal there under that giant bomb, or over the giant bomb, or around the giant bomb, however you want to say it. And the king's still doing his thing using the ability. And we only have a couple more defenses with a bunch of hogs coming towards it, and the Valkyries are banging through the wall there. And we're all finished. So very nice attack, nice hit. Like to see that, and like to see the variation that where you could go Valo or Vaho. It's very cool. All right, let's check out just a couple more. Let's do 19. And the cool thing of that, let me just make sure this is the one. Yeah. So this is another flower base, but the cool thing about this is, look at this. It's under 2 minutes. But that being said, that this raid is not even 2 minutes long. The most of time consumption is killing the clan castle here. So he doesn't get the full clan castle, or he has to send another one in. That's always a good thing. Make sure you get that full clan castle. So we're going to fast forward this, because it takes a long time just to get this clan castle all the way down and start taking care of it. We don't do a GoVaHo, we're just doing a Vaho. We skip the golems altogether, just like we did a couple attacks ago, because they're going to be able to make their way in really quickly. They don't need that funneling or anything else. So as long as they take out those army camps, those Valkyries really have nowhere to run but inside the core, especially after the quad quake. Now, here we go with the last thing done. Okay, so he's starting the funneling. We have about a minute left here. The second phase hasn't even started yet. We're just doing a little bit of funneling. There we go with the quad quake. And, okay, just dropped the Valkyrie. So this raid is going to be over in 1:04 from when it not officially starts, but when the actual kill squad goes in. Almost a minute in time, and I mean, these Valkyries just go ahead and tear through everything. We have 2 heals for them, no rages. If there was a rages in here, they probably would have been done in 45 seconds or less. So the Valkyries are making their way back into that core, except for those rogue Valks on the bottom left, but they're coming back in to get that sweet heal, and there they go. And then they're going to make their way into the other compartments, just bust their way through it with hogs on the back end all around, just in like a, I don't know what you call it, just a horseshoe type of deployment all around that top of the base. And we're going to swag the heal here because we don't even need it, and we're in cleanup here. So in just about a minute's time, he just completely crushed the entire base. So very nicely done. Alright, just 2 more. Let's go ahead and check out number 20. And let me see, I don't have my notes here to figure out why I like I think it's because we didn't do a mass hog yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do a mass hog attack here. And it's a really common base, but a really bad design. I mean, you know, it's just not. There's nothing here at all. There's hardly any spots for giant bombs or double giant bombs, and even less of them make any sense whatsoever. But we do have a couple barbarians going in there, and they're going to go ahead and tank for these wizards as they take out the wizard clan castle pretty much. And then we can start our raid. Here we go with the Barbarian King way from up north, coming down in there. And we've just got a bunch of hogs we're going to go ahead and send in. And we got a Tesla popping, and we just got the hogs walking around this ring here. And just doing a kind of surgical, I would say, counterclockwise around that base. Drops a very nice poison, though. That was very nicely done. Slows the king down and gets those skelly traps that are doing it. Just got Teslas in the middle here. I think we have 1 giant bomb that I've seen trip so far. I don't know where the other ones are, but it's just very hard to see. And then we're going to go ahead and send the rest of them in all around the base. Uses that last heal. And they're going to go ahead and turn on the king, take care of him, and then clean up the base. And then just 1 more after this. And let's check out number 21. Because Gringo does a cool thing here. He's got a quad quake, but he brings 2 rages for his Valkyries, and he brings healers for his giants. So he's got 4 healers with, I think, Clan Castle max giants. And they're just going to go ahead and crush this base. Look at this. Just so pretty. Those air defenses are so far away that these giants have no problem being kept up to full health the entire time. And by the time they get towards those air defenses, these Valks are going to go ahead and clean everything up in front of them. So it's just about a perfect raid as you can get. The Valks are going to go under rage here. The healers are going to go under rage. There we go with that first air defense. Second air defense is down, and that healer is down a little bit of health, but it's not enough to bring it down completely. So he's still got all 4 of those healers up, just going healing away under rage. They switch to, I don't know, a giant and a wizard for some reason, but I think there's hardly any defenses that are even attacking at this point. Does lose a giant to the spring trap, but he's got like 6 or 7 Valks that are still up. Some wizards, and these wizards are super tanks as they're getting healed by 2 healers, and there's no way an archer tower is going to kill a wizard faster than 2 healers can heal it. So yeah, this one was just a cool one to watch. I love the strategy, love the composition. When you guys, when we hit internet bases like this, or funky bases and troll Teslas, we just like to experiment with stuff and just go ahead and try new things out, and that actually makes a good thing even for us watching at Town Hall 9 and 10, because we look at if it's done at Town Hall 8, a lot of this stuff can be duplicated and replicated into Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10. I know one of the things that I'm going to continue to try is the double healer, the 3 or 4 healers on the Queen and 2 healers on the Valkyries. Bring in 5 healers depending on the base and splitting it 2 and 3 to the Queen and to the Valkyries and seeing how that holds up, because healed Valkyries, as long as they don't jump into air defenses, I mean, they can just keep for so much longer. And then you can bring different types of heals. You can bring those rages so that the healers get raged up and heal Valkyries and just get through the base real quick. So I know that's not a new strategy, but it's one that you don't see too much, and I think it's an incredibly powerful strategy if it's done right. So anyway, hopefully you guys were able to take these attacks, go ahead, get used to them, figure out the composition, experiment with them, go farm with them, and get them good and get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.